Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, a very late back day for me, though I won't be really laying back. When I get off this live video with you, I'm going to start packing, and my mission is to have my entire bedroom packed. And if you know me at all, that means lots of crystals, candles, incense, bottles, potions, lots of stuff. Plus, I have all my crafting stuff to pack. So that is my mission today. I'm going to turn on some upbeat music and just crank that little task out. Right now, I am listening to some very chill music to the frequency of the 528. It's my very, very favorite frequency. Puts us closest to that deepest spiritual part of ourselves, and that's the background of my day. I'm burning some frankincense, and I am diving deep into my spiritual self for the purpose of this video, okay? Because this is a very spirit-centered video. Now, I don't see anybody being live with me right now. However, if you do pop on now or later or weeks after this video posts, please do say hello and let me know if you have any questions or concerns about things that I'm sharing here. I want to really address right now any concerns that you may have over cultural appropriation around shamanic journeys, okay? That topic has come up recently a couple of times with a couple of my clients who are very concerned about being respectful to other cultures who practice anything outside of Christianity, our Western version or view of God. So I want to just let you know that shamanic journeys are performed in every corner of the world. Shamanism is not strictly for Native Americans, South Americans, Africans. Shamanism is literally everywhere in Northern Europe, in Eastern Europe, oh my gosh, in Asia, in Indochina, in literally every country, every continent on the earth practices a form of shamanism based on their own cultural traditions. So I'm not going to touch on cultural traditions. I am teaching you the basic, fundamental practices of every shamanic tradition, of every shamanic culture practices these very foundational practices, and one of them is shamanic journeys. This is something that anybody can do. You don't have to be a shaman. You really, really don't, okay? And you don't have to take what I'm about to teach you and teach it to others. That's not what this is about. This video is expressly for those individuals who are attending my Divine Feminine Shamanic retreats or do a personal shamanic retreat with me, a private one, which I do all the time for people. So this video is for those people, because what I'm going to talk about today is critical to having a successful journey, all right? This is about being successful, not to just to that destination that you want to journey to, but also to coming back fully and complete into your human form. You weren't born human as an accident or an experiment. You have a purpose for that, and you must return back to your humanness after this very profound spiritual journey. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and dive in. And again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate. I will be looking down into this corner of my screen to just check periodically to see if there's any questions, but I'm here for you. And even later, if you watch this later, just let me know. All right. So just to let you know also that I haven't had breakfast yet, so my blood sugar might be crashing a wee bit. If I ramble, please do forgive me. I'll always come back to the topic. So let us, first of all, define what a shamanic journey is. Shamanism means that you, being a shaman, let me back up. Being a shaman means that you're having one foot in the physical reality and one foot into the spiritual reality at all times. A shamanic journey bridges that gap. You're no longer having a human experience when you're on your journey. You're only having a spiritual experience. That's why sometimes things look different in your shamanic journey than they would in your physical life. This also allows you to interact, engage with, speak with spirit animal guides, any ancestors that may be there, any goddesses or ascended beings that might join you there. Typically, that doesn't happen. Not when you go into the underworld, but in a shamanic journey, there's 3 levels. I should have started with that. There's the underworld, there's the present timeline plane, and then there's the upper realms. Okay, so when you go on a shamanic journey, you always start at the beginning. You always start in the underworld, in the very primordial energy vibration of the beginning of life. Things are going to look different. You're going to be surprised that water is above you and below you, but yet you're on solid land. You'll be surprised that fire can appear out of nowhere, or that animals are speaking to you, or that somehow you shift from this space and this environment, and all of a sudden you're into something different, like from desert to jungle, and that time moves differently, and that you could be on a journey for 5 minutes and it'll feel like 5 hours, or vice versa. It's just a whole different reality, and it's all based on your relationship with spirit. Everybody's environments and shamanic journey experiences will be different. There's no set expectation. But I will tell you this much. There is one. The exception to that rule is that the exception is that you will always, always, always be connected to a deeper part of spirit than you can in your awakened physical life. That's the whole purpose of a shamanic journey. It's deeper than a meditation, it's deeper than hypnosis. It takes you so, so far deep into your spirit self that you know that you can trust everything that is happening and everything that you see, all the conversations that you have. That's all within you and the connection that you have with the divine. You can always trust that, especially if you prepare for that experience, especially then, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about today, preparing for it. There's 2 things you're going to need. There's others, but these are the 2 things I'm going to talk about today. Is the shaman's hole, which doesn't, it's not as what it sounds like. It's a very, I don't know it by any other term. If you know of it by some other term, please let me know. But I only know this as a shaman's hole, and it is a naturally occurring hole in the ground, dug by an animal, at the root of a tree. Those are my favorite. I look for those. I also have the one that I use all the time. Well, not all the time, but usually is a hole that I found in a natural hot spring. I was sitting in this natural hot spring, and all of a sudden I'm like, where's this jet of hot water coming from? And the minute that I said it, I saw it, that it was a naturally occurring hole. And so when I do shamanic journeys, I take a deep breath and I dive right into that water that's going down that hole. And I come out in a whole different reality. It's not underwater. I can tell you that. I'm on dry land when I come out of that. So anyway, those are the kind of holes that you're looking for, those naturally occurring holes in the ground. They become a portal for you. And it's very important that when you find one, you commit it to memory. Sit with that hole Look at everything around it, what the ground looks like, how big it is, what its shape is. Put your hand in it if you feel okay. If there's no dangerous snakes and wild animals and stuff, okay? Put your hand in it. Feel the energy that is coming from the earth that is in this hole. And allow yourself to become one with it. The more intimate you become with this naturally occurring shaman's hole, the more profound your experience will be, the easier it will be. You'll be able to access the underworld much, much easier. Shaman's hole. I look for them in nature, but you might have one in your own backyard. You don't know, but it does need to be a hole, not just a divot, okay? Really, a hole that you can't see the bottom of. You don't want to see where it leads. You want to allow your consciousness to take you to where it leads. Okay? Don't see the bottom of it. Don't see where it leads. That's the best way I can describe it. Shaman's hole. Super important. For the 2021 Divine Feminist Shamanic Retreat, you are going to want to be able to access the underworld very easily and with utter confidence. I will guide you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just say, okay, go on a shamanic journey and let you at it. Okay, no. But I want you to be aware of what you need to make it successful so that you are prepared by the time we get to that retreat. And if you want to experience a shamanic retreat of your own before that, so you have even more comfortability and awareness of it, let me know. I'll certainly be able to help you with that. So the second thing you're going to need is going to be a grounding stone. That shaman's hole takes you on the journey into the underworld, and a shaman stone will help bring you back. The other thing that will bring you back is what we call a callback beat. When you hear that callback beat, you must drop everything you're doing in that journey and immediately go back to your shaman's hole and travel back up it. That callback beat is your lifeline. It is that kind of when they put a line on a diver that goes into the ocean or starts exploring a sunken ship or something. It's that thing that they can pull on to find their way back. And that's what that callback beat is, and that's what your grounding stone is, okay? Now, you might have a grounding stone that you're kind of attracted to, but I'm going to ask you for the purpose of this retreat, I want you to go and find a new one, something that you don't already have in your possession. Go out in nature, into a forest or your local park even, and allow yourself to just feel the nature around you, all the vegetation, the animals, the trees. Allow yourself to immerse in it because you're not separated from it. What separates you from nature is your daily busy life and your distractions, your many, many distractions. But always remember, you are an integral part of nature, okay? So when you take a moment to reconnect with it, it brings you deeper in alignment with all of the nature energy, all of it, including all of the stones, all of the rocks, okay? So when you feel completely connected to that energy, I want you to, if it's safe to do so and you won't trip and fall and all that good stuff, I want you to close your eyes and slowly turn around 2 or 3 times with the intention that when you open your eyes, you will see your grounding stone. Okay? Have that intention set as you're spinning with your eyes closed. Now, I don't mean fast like a top, okay? You want to just with intention and um, like still holding that connection of nature, but yet allowing yourself to spin in it, to really kind of disorient yourself, almost like a trusting exercise that you might do when you fall back and trust that somebody is holding you. This is what you're doing. You're spinning within that energy of nature, knowing that you're an integral part of it, and you are trusting that when you open your eyes, you'll see your perfect grounding stone. So just do that and allow yourself to just look. And if you don't see one, go to an area where you know that some stones are. Okay, like even on a stony beach, or I'm thinking back to the Oregon coast, right outside of Lincoln City, just south of Lincoln City, is a perfect sandy beach, but yet it has a lot of stones that you can pick up and put in your pocket. So take a trip down there, or to your own local beach, or like I said, park, or anywhere that you might find stones. And that's where you're going to find your grounding stone, and that's how you do it, is by really connecting it with it intentionally and energetically and allowing it. And when you go on your shamanic journey, you are going to be holding that stone. You are going to be holding that stone in your hand, and it is going to help to keep you grounded to your body, so that when you hear that callback beat, and you need to return to your physical self, it is so much easier to do. So much easier to do. It is truly important that you have these two things, shaman's hole and a grounding stone, to help you be successful in your shamanic journey. Please do not do shamanic journeys on your own unless you have already been guided to do so. Like for instance, me, if you have a session with me and we do a shamanic journey, then you are going to be aware. You're gonna know what you're doing when you do it on your own. Okay? And shamanic journeys are powerful, y'all. Powerful. I can't even explain to you all the things that you can accomplish when you add this to your daily practice. And I can't wait to show it to you in the retreat, just how powerful it is. You're going to be doing some journeys just to have that deeper spiritual experience for yourself, and you're going to be having journeys that have specific intentions, like when we go to call on the bear, to invoke the bear to the retreat. So bear energy will be with us the entire weekend. So yeah, all of that is super important. So I hope that this has been helpful to help you understand what a journey is all about, and how to properly prepare for it. There's some other things we're going to talk about too to prepare, but these are two crucial things that you can take care of now. And and the more that you visit your shaman's hole and become acutely aware of everything about it, the more comfortable you'll be in working with it by the time the retreat comes. So don't just go find a hole and say, okay, I've got it, and forget all about it. I want you to have a relationship with that shaman's hole, okay? Same goes with your grounding stone. Once you have that grounding stone, go home. If you feel called to do so, clear it, you know, and then put it in a sacred place in your home, beside your bed, and just every now and then just hold it and allow that grounding energy to ground your entire physical being, and then go about your day. Have a relationship with your tools, all of your spiritual tools. They're not just inanimate objects. You're infusing them with energy and intention. Have a relationship with them. Your thalme, your wand, all of that good stuff. So in my meditation this morning, I got to thinking about how I can help you, anybody who is uncomfortable with not uncomfortable, but maybe not familiar who's unfamiliar with the concept of the divine feminine. I'm like, Goddess, how can I help people understand what that is so that when they come to the retreat, they know what's going on? Got a clear message that I needed to pull a card on it. That whatever goddess comes forth, that this is the one that you will need to work with to help deepen your own understanding of the principles of the divine feminine. Okay? She is like not better than God, or because it's all one. You know, seriously, no matter what name we give it, it just really all boils down to one. We are a drop of the one, each of us. You, me, everybody's a drop of the one. Okay? So it doesn't matter. What we are doing when we talk about working with the divine feminine is we're calling in a particular aspect of the one, which is nurturing, creative, loving, compassionate, just merciful and abundant and a provider. She's the divine feminine. Everything that you could ever hope for in a mother, that is what she is. She is not a punisher. She is not yeah, even though there are goddesses in every culture that's all about, um, destruction, Pele and Kalima and all of that, that's still all part of the divine feminine. So, I mean, we can break her down in all her aspects, but just like we have aspects to our own personality, the divine feminine does as well. When we work with the divine feminine, we are dealing with all of her aspects and her completeness, and we honor her because she is the one. So, how can we start becoming more familiar with that concept? This card today is going to help do that, okay? So I want to just end this video by pulling this card and then reading about it in the book, all right? So let's just go ahead and call in the collective spirit teams of everybody who watches this video, if it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or eons from now. Everybody who watches this video, know that in this moment, your spirit team is part of the collective energy that I am calling in for this card. Holy Mother, thank you so much for this day and this opportunity to serve my community and serve you. We call upon the collective spirit teams of everybody who views this video, Goddess, and we ask for a card that will help us to become familiar with the principles of the divine feminine. Which Goddess will step forward for us? It's Hestia. How interesting. She's the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Now, if that does not speak to the principles of the divine feminine, I do not know what is. Because let me know if you have not worked with me or heard me speak before. I am always reminding you that you are the divine feminine. Whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter. Okay? You are the divine feminine. She's not separate from you. She is within you. She is you. You are a drop of her, the one, Hestia. So let's read about her. Let's see. Let me get to it. 178. All right, Hestia. Who she is. Hestia represents the warmth, protection, and sanctuary we feel when we know we are home. Hestia is an ancient Greek goddess of the hearth. Her name translates as fireplace or altar. She is the firstborn daughter of Cronus and Rhea. Her brother Zeus assigned Hestia the sacred position of tending to the Olympia hearth. She is known for her calm, abiding presence and her tremendous kindness. I mean, isn't that what a mom is? I mean, really, the divine feminine, for real. In ancient Greek culture, Hestia is the divine personification of the sacred fire that sits at the center of someone's home, as well as in the center of every town and village. She would receive the first and last sacrifices of each day. With the establishment of a new village, the flame from Hestia's public hearth in the mother city would be carried to the new home. Hestia is the fire that grounds us, the hearth we can gather around to stop our wandering. Hestia is an emblem of the warmth, safety, and nourishment of being in community. She represents that tangible and yet unseen connection between all our loved ones. And she's the calm, abiding presence that can only be found within. There's a line in the Charge of the Goddess that if we seek her if we don't seek her from within, we can never seek her from without. So just know that when you go to seek Goddess, just go inwards. She's there. Hestia. All right, when your soul selects her card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us to seek those situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home, or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else. For the purposes of this reading, I'm saying that she wants you to create it for yourself. This is not an encouragement for you to go and create it for somebody else. This is about your relationship with the divine feminine, okay? Of all the wild and crazy, adventurous Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama free. Need that in my life. She's the one who can be counted on, the one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. Isn't that what a mother does? That is the divine feminine. She is your grandmother goddess. She is the energy that whispers for you to just get cozy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body. It's another way of really encouraging going within is when we cover ourselves. That's why a lot of cultures use prayer cloths and prayer shawls to cover themselves. Let's see. Yeah, put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea. Sit before the fire of all that you've accomplished and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe in the calling your body home. Let's see, she wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. She wants you to come home to yourself and to give yourself the love that you effortlessly offer others. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. Your intention with this card, Hestia, take a screenshot, I'll get it out of my face. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Let yourself become familiar with that aspect of the divine feminine. This card really does speak to the core energy vibration that comes from the divine feminine, what she's all about. She is home and she is found within you. You are the sanctuary that she is offering. It's already there. Shamanic journeys can really help make that a more real, kind of bring it into your everyday life. That feeling of sanctuary, of knowing that no matter what is going on in this world, that you always have a safe place to be, where the fire is always burning for you, where you're always welcome, where you can always be comforted. So yeah, I hope to see you in Hot Springs, Montana in October for this retreat. It's going to be epic. And if you want more information about it, if somebody shares this video with you and you want to know more about this retreat and more about me, I'll be leaving some links in the description of this video. And you can go and explore and learn some more about what this is all about and how it can be a benefit to you. And if you feel drawn to it and have more questions about it, I'm always here for you. You can either message me right here on YouTube or on my email address, which I'll put in the description of this video, or through my website. Just hit that contact button and I'll be glad to answer any question you have. Thank you again for your time and your presence. And thank you for always remembering that you are the divine feminine. Thank you. Love you guys. See you later.